Good morning, internet, or afternoon, or night, or whatever it is for you. It's time for a little sandrail update. It's been a while. This is my sandrail. Built it myself about a year ago. This had a different motor in it. It had a 2.3 liter turbo 4-cylinder Ford in it out of a Thunderbird. Well, I couldn't get the computer and everything to work correctly exactly the first time. This is a 5.0 out of a 93 F-150. It's now installed. It's bolted in. Got some headers on it. Had to change the bell housing so it worked with the same transmission, the T5 out of the Thunderbird, and it actually fits up really well. Surprisingly, there was no shaft issues that I had to solve, at least that I can tell as of yet. Today I am going to install a new braking system. This is what I have so far. I gotta show you guys. So I have the master cylinder here, and I kind of made myself a bulkhead out of like 1/8 inch plate. And then I had some thicker stuff, some 3/16, and I drilled 3 holes in it. Well, I figured I should be able to change the pivot, and that way I can adjust kind of the brake pressure at the pedal, just kind of change the pivot point. So this is what I had before. These are just aftermarket master cylinders, and I had the slave cylinder on that side for the clutch. But we're ditching that. We're changing to this master cylinder because I think it'll have more volume, so you don't have to push the pedal so far or pump it up a bunch of times to get what you're looking like, any kind of brake pedal. Previously I had this pedal assembly here mounted on don't know if you can see that, but this, so I have this bar here and I just have some angle iron welded to it, and I was just gonna sit the bulkhead down in here and weld it on, but I figured just in case I ever wanted to change it, I probably should make it be able to come off. So I'm gonna get these bolted on and the bulkhead situated in here so we can figure out exactly where it's gonna sit. I have this front one, the angle iron bolted on with the bulkhead here, and well, it's not quite in the right location. About to the end of my finger is going to be about the room that there will be for the clutch, just because the pedal has to come down and through, but that's all the way that way pretty much. We're going to pull this out and trim that corner and see what that looks like. Okay, so it moves it over really close to the bolt, and honestly it's about as close as I would want to go to that. I don't think it'd be a good idea to move it over that bolt hole. That looks like I mean, it's not a whole lot, but I think that's ample space for a clutch pedal. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm gonna go ahead and go take that to the welding bench and weld that up. Amperage was way too hot. Good thing I was just tacking that right now. It's kind of hot right now, but I'd say those welds don't look too bad. I was afraid it was gonna look like trash, but it didn't. Right, now we gotta move on and make some stuff for the back, because I do not think that, well, I don't know. It might be sturdy enough, but I don't have a ton of confidence in it. So back here, I'm gonna take this piece of angle iron and weld it to this one, and then probably run a gusset or two up to the front bulkhead part there, just to make it nice and solid so nothing happens. And then I have to make sure that I can even get the dang thing out, because that master cylinder is so close to that tube. So we'll see. But I'm gonna take this tube here off, and I'm gonna weld these together. Okay, well, it is a new day, several days later from the last time I worked on this. I got the angle iron welded last time, and now the only thing I need to do to finish this off is to figure out how to do a couple gussets between here. What I'm gonna do is use some flat bar and then cut it at an angle, and hopefully it looks symmetrical or whatever. Alright, so I went ahead and I cut a piece of flat bar, and you'll notice I cut it like 1/2 inch too long. I did that is so I can have a little bit of a flat spot up top instead of it just going from straight from there to there. I don't know, just felt like it might look cool. So, but what I did to make it even on either side is I marked a 1/2 inch on this side and a 1/2 inch on this side, and then connected the two there, and that'll give us the angle that we need, and it'll be symmetrical on both sides because it's the same piece. So essentially, I guess I can't really get the marks on the wrong side for doing it on this, but anyway, you get the idea. So we're gonna go and cut that one out, and then we're gonna have to see if the welder will reach all the way over here so we can weld it in. So freaking tight over here. Well, I'm gonna have to move some of this wiring out of the way before I start tacking, but essentially I think I'm just gonna put one clear to the edge on that side. Basically what I'm gonna do is kind of make them in line with the mounting bolt on either side, one over here. I think that'll give it the best reinforcement with just this little gusset. Now we get to see if this thing will even come out. Yeah, I don't think so. I think the master is gonna have to come loose. I mean, I probably could have welded it in there, but not welded it to the frame, but welded these gussets on in there. But I really didn't want to put any holes in my nice seat, so I'm gonna weld it over here. It is now installed. Let's see, kind of a comparison to before. Way stiffer, way sturdier. It's exactly what it needed. It probably would have done fine before, but probably would have caused some metal fatigue through here and eventually snapped off or something. But that is way, way stiffer. Way, way better. I love that. As it sits right there, I think it looks good. There is going to be a panel here, and I was afraid it was going to kind of come and hit the panel, but I think it pushed it over just far enough. It's perfect. There's enough room for a pedal in here to travel, and plus another pedal for the clutch as well. So awesome. I'm extremely happy with that. Well, I'm not going to film anything about doing the brake lines. I'm just going to go ahead and do that myself. It's kind of tedious, and flaring them is always depressing. But what I can give you is a extremely cold start on an also extremely stock truck 5 liter. it is probably like 30 degrees in here. It will be extremely loud. Headphone users will be be warned. There also may be some fireballs.